Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's section matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Mora Mustangs. My name is Mac Nelson. You're listening on KBEK 95.5. Tonight we have an exciting matchup here. First section matchup for both of these teams tonight. We have the Mora Mustangs as the home team hosting this game, and the Pine City Dragons as the away team here. Let's take a look at these two teams and see what their records are, and then we have a little bit of a pregame interview that we get to listen to from the head coach before we get into tonight's matchup. So looking here at Mora's record right now, overall, they are 1-2 on the season, having their losses coming from Piers and Crosby Ironton there in a very close match against Piers, 52-51. And a not-so-close game against Crosby Ironton, 86-32. But they did beat East Central 64-39 in their home barn. So, again, it is early in the season, so we don't quite know what to expect from these teams yet. But we are looking forward to covering their games, as they are some pretty good teams out there. Moving on to look here at Pine City's record. Pine City is currently 0-3 on the season. There are some tough matchups in this section, though. Coming in, their current record are losses to Crosby Ironton 95-32, Ogilvie 59-39, and Aiken 51-46. So it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game out there tonight. We're going to jump into this interview to listen to before this game starts. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after we listen to this pregame interview here on KBEK 95.5.
Ethan Game Day Gilman here, and I'm now joined by the head coach of the Mora girls basketball team, Coach Dalby. First of all, thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. And first question, how many years have you been coaching?
A long time. I lose track after a while. My first year as a head coach was in 2009, 9-10. And so you add all that up, I haven't had a winter off since then. So I think that's 15 or 16 years.
And what got you into coaching?
I guess, sometimes you fall into things, and, I love basketball, and I always kind of had this idea that I would coach at some point. I wasn't sure when or where or how, and so I got an opportunity to work in a couple different programs before I became a head coach, just working as an assistant, and you kind of get a taste for it, how enjoyable it can be. And so luckily I was able to fall into a head coaching spot, and I've kind of never looked back. So something you grow in constantly. It's something that keeps me kind of on my toes and keeps me hopefully kind of sharp. But yeah, it's something that you definitely you kind of grow into.
Looking at the season, obviously the fall sports season kind of runs right up to the winter sports season. So as a coach, how do you prepare for the start of the season?
That's a really good question. Looking at it the way you just laid it out, the fall sports kind of run right up into the beginning of the winter sports season. So there's not a whole lot of, the transition time is really quick. The turnaround from one season to the next is fast. And so, on my end, it's easier because I have a little time to kind of prepare what I want. On the kids' side, it's tougher because almost all of them are coming out of, like you said, some sort of season. And so for them to try to turn around and get prepared for a new season, that's tough, both mentally and physically. And we're seeing that, in the first 2 weeks. Yeah, we're not quite in basketball shape yet. And so you look at those first couple of weeks and you go, we have to get ourselves prepared, not just, X's and O's, but we got to physically get ourselves ready to play.
And speaking of the team here this year, how is the roster shaping up? Is it younger, older, a mix of both?
I guess you could say we kind of have a mix of both. We bring back a good chunk of what we had last year. So I think in terms of picking up where we left off. I thought we were playing at a much higher rate in February towards the end of the season last year. And so kind of picking up where we left off, and we had a summer where we got to grow a little bit more. And so, we feel like we're starting at a much better place this year than we did last year. So we're starting and picking up in a much better position than last year.
Do we know yet who the captains are?
No, we don't, because I don't generally choose captains. So we have a little different philosophy here in terms of, I don't want to pigeonhole kids into different roles and positions. It's something that I've done for a long time. I don't have captains. I like to think that all my kids can lead in different ways, in different capacities. So I don't want to stop a kid from leading just because they don't have a C on their shirt. So we look at it a little bit differently in our program, where we expect things, yes, out of our seniors. I mean, my senior leaders, but we also think, we have junior leaders, we have sophomore leaders, we have freshman leaders. So in that regard, I don't choose captains. We just like to train our kids to all lead where they're at.
I got to imagine that certainly helps the growth of the team from the top to the bottom, and just kind of grow as one, too.
I hope so. I mean, that's kind of the intent of doing it that way.
And looking at this team here this year, what is something that you're really excited about for this team?
I'm excited about a lot of things. We felt it last week, just getting back out on the court together, I think was a great thing. I think the kids were kind of looking at it with some anticipation and excitement. And so I think this year, at least for me, I'm excited about being an entertaining team to come and watch. I think we have a good group of kids. They work incredibly hard, and we want to be exciting. And I think this season's team is going to bring some excitement to the floor, not just on the offensive end, but we like to pride ourselves on being an exciting defensive team that's fun to watch. I've always thought defense is really enjoyable, and so we like to teach that first. So we want to be a defensive-minded group. So we got a bunch of tough kids, and I think it's going to show this year. So we're excited about that.
Looking at some of the players, has there been anybody who has stepped up or just kind of grown in basketball?
Gosh, that's a good question as well. I think all of our kids over the progression of over the course of a year have grown tremendously. I think not just physically in basketball, skill-wise, but they're smarter. They learn how to play together on a better level. We have a sophomore, Emma Axtell, who's really showing everybody that she deserves to be a main contributor with our team. She played sparingly towards the end of the season last year as a freshman. Her sister played a lot last year as a freshman, and she's showing us that she can give us the same exact thing. And so been really proud of her efforts. And like I said, everybody's kind of had their own growth, I think, over the last year. And so, I'm excited to see where they go.
Looking at the team for you or even for the players, what are some of the expectations for this season? Maybe not so much win-losses, but just as a team.
Great question. Yeah, I've learned a few things over those years as a coach, and something that I've learned is not to put expectations in terms of the wins and losses, like you said. I think that's a recipe for disaster. And so we don't ever say, you have to win a game. We don't focus on necessarily the end result, but we do have expectations. And, last night was a great example where we kind of laid it out for the kids in terms of, you should be able to answer the question of what you bring to the floor. When you're in the game, what do you bring to the team defensively? And on the flip side, what do you bring to the team offensively to earn the time that you're out there? And so that's something that we'll talk about often is, earning your keep. If you want more minutes, are you doing what needs to be done to get more minutes? And so the expectation is that. For me, it starts on the defensive end and ball security. So you play really good team defense and you take care of the basketball, that's going to give you more time on the floor, like guaranteed. And so we start with those kind of expectations. You got to play defense first, and then, you take care of the basketball. So those kinds of expectations are things that our kids are pretty aware of, at this point.
And you mentioned having success, really kind of getting better as the year went on last year. What are some of the things that you had success with, last season that you're hoping translates back into success again this year?
Well, we saw some glaring things last year that stood out, that kept us from, doing what we wanted to do, namely turning the ball over too much, not rebounding on the defensive side of the floor, were two major things where we allowed teams to get out in the open floor on us too often. So too many run-out points or transition baskets that really hurt us. I thought last year our half-court team defense was really, really solid. But when we allowed second chances or third chances, that kills a team. And just like on that, you turn the basketball over and you allow teams to get out and transition, and you don't transition the way you should, that's a problem. So we had a problem last year, not in the half-court defense, not getting stops, but securing stops and making sure that it was one shot and done. We're very, very, very small. Like, we're not big. And so we don't have a big inside presence to kind of anchor things down. And so we have to rebound as a team. We got to rebound as 5 kids instead of, relying on 1 or 2 kids to go get everything. And so that's going to be one of our challenges again as well, is being outsized almost every single night.
Moving forward, you've got your first game coming up here in a week. But looking before that, you will get a scrimmage here coming up on Saturday that you'll actually host. What are some of the things that you're hoping to see from your team, and some of the things that you're just hoping they can learn from that scrimmage?
Well, I think it's kind of like you think of it like a preseason game where you kind of get the butterflies out a little bit. You get to bump into some kids you don't know, and they don't know exactly what you're doing. So you get some game-like situations, which is really important. So not going into your first game completely cold is kind of the goal of a scrimmage like that for us. Now, we know kind of what we want to build on and where we need to grow. And so our focus, is, how do we look on the glass rebounding? Are we able to secure a rebound after one shot? Are we giving up 2 or 3 shots of possession? And are we able to transition in a live ball kind of situation? So, when we miss a shot, are we making sure that we're forcing them to play in the half court? Because, again, I like our half court defense, but we have to play in the half. We got to get our half court defense set up. So that's going to be a challenge that we'll be looking for sure on Saturday. And then hopefully getting the kids comfortable just getting out there and playing against other people. So I think that will help us as well.
And I know as a coach, you try not to look too far ahead, and it's one game at a time. But are there any games on the schedule that you're looking forward to?
I've bounced around it enough as a coach. We get a chance to go back to one of my old schools down in Zimmerman this year in a couple of weeks, and that will be really exciting. That will be fun for us to get back there. It's been a while since I've been back to Zimmerman, a couple of years, and so that's always a game that's kind of special for me, having spent the lion's share of my coaching career there. It's kind of a fun one for us to go back to. So that's one for sure that kind of stands out to me. Yeah, and any of the Granite Ridge schools that we play this year in the non-conference now, those are big games because you're fairly familiar with those schools and those teams, so those are always fun ones as well.
Coach, that is all that I have for you here today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, we're excited about the season. We appreciate you and all the work that you guys do over there. So you do some awesome stuff, so we appreciate that.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you taking the time out to do this interview, and wish you the best of luck on the season.
Thank you so much, Ethan.
Welcome back here. That was the head coach of the Mora Mustangs, Lance Dalby, interviewed by our main man, Ethan Game Day Gilman, over at WCMP. As we get into tonight's game, we do have video tonight, so that's exciting. But let's look at a couple of our starting lineup as they announce them down there. Starting with the Pine City Dragons, the away team for tonight's match. We are starting with number 2, Mallory Klepper, number 3, Piper Metling, number 4, Paige Gray, number 11, Brooke Boland, and number 23, Vivian Lottie. Going down and looking at the Mustangs, our starting lineup for them is number 2, Mackenzie Holt, number 21, Abigail Kalash, number 23, Tegan Oslin, number 24, Amber Fix, and my apologies, number 22, Addison Axtell. I apologize. So tonight we have a section matchup. If you are joining us for the first time tonight, my name is Mac Nelson. This is KBEK 95.5. And tonight we have the Pine City Dragons playing in the home of the Mora Mustangs for tonight's section matchup. We heard from the head coach of the Mora Mustangs, and as you can tell, he seems very excited about this season, and I can totally understand why. They're put back in the Great River Conference, where so far a lot of people feel like they actually do belong. So it's good to see them there. I mean, the schools play them in the off season. It's in the same general geographic location, so it makes sense for them to be in this conference, and now they are. So it's great to see. Here comes the tip-off of the night, and it's going to be won by the Mustangs. Axtell is going to begin with the ball here. She's going to give it up to Kalash. Kalash is going to get it inside to Fix. Fix gets it back out to Kalash. Kalash looking to do something, gets it outside to Holt, drives in, and there's going to be a foul called. Early foul here called. It's going to be called on number 2, Mallory Klepper, her first and the team's first of the game. So now inbounding the ball will be Kalash. And she gets it in. Ball gets down low to Oslin. Oslin gets it back up to Kalash. Kalash heavily guarded here. Gets it over to Axtell. Gets it over to Holt there. Holt tries to drive in. Kicks it back out to Kalash. Kalash gets it to the corner to Axtell. Axtell with the short corner too. That's going to be good for the first points of the game, giving the Mustangs an early lead here tonight. Now the Dragons bringing up the ball, looking to get it inside to Lottie. Not going to find her, and the Mustangs are going to come up with it. So now Kalash brings the ball up for the Mustang, gets it over to Holt. Holt drives down the left side, not going to be able to go anywhere. Great defense played. It's going to kick it back out to the top, gets it over to Axtell. Axtell looking to do something, but it's going to be, jostle around a little bit, but she's going to come back up with it. Going to give it back to Kalash. Kalash going to drive with it, kicks it back up to Axtell. Axtell kicks it wide to Holt. Holt looking to do something. Miscommunication. The ball's in the air, but it's picked up by Kalash. Kalash for 3. No good as the shot clock goes off. Exciting first few minutes here. You can tell that the jitters are kind of still in play here. Both teams looking to find their footing yet, but a full court press being applied by Mora. So now, and a turnover will come from the Dragons. It's going to be Axtell. She's going to take it all the way. It's going to be no good. Rebounded by Klepper. Klepper gets it out to Lottie. Lottie trying to bring it up the court. Stopped. Gets it over to Boland. Boland looking to do something with it. Heavily guarded. Tries to get it down low. No good, though. It's going to fall out of bounds. It's going to be Mora's basketball. .16 minutes left to go. Mustangs have an early 2-0 lead. Both teams seem pretty evenly matched as Pine City breaks out a full court press. Mustangs are doing good ball movement, but a miscommunication on the pass is going to give it up to the Dragons. Gets it over to Boland. Boland gets it over. The layup is going to be no good there. Gray on that attempt. Now Axtell bringing the ball up for the Mustangs. Gets it over to Kalash. Kalash at the top of the key trying to get their offense set up. Gets it over to Holt on the 45. Screen is set. Holt gets it up to Fix. Fix gets it over to Kalash. Kalash thinks about it, doesn't go for it though. Gets it over to Oslin. Oslin gets it over to Axtell. Axtell gets it up to Fix. Fix is looking to do something. Gets it over to Holt. Holt tries to get it down low, but it's going to be picked off by Gray. Gray is going to try and take it coast to coast. Gets it to Lottie. Lottie for 3. No good. And rebounded by Fix, but gives it back to Boland, and a foul is going to be called. It's going to be called on number 2, Mackenzie Holt, her first and the team's first as well. Mora seeming to run down the shot clock quite a bit here Inbound pass goes to Klepper. Klepper gets it over to Bolin for three. No good. Rebounded by Kalash. Kalash looking to take it coast to coast. Goes up with it. Gets the and one, and that's going to be another 2 points for the Mustangs, and she is going to go to the line. The foul is going to be called on number 3, Piper Metling. So that's going to be her first, the team's second. Free throw goes up. And that one's going to fall for a nice 3-point play there. Now Bolin bringing the ball up. Oh, and a jump ball is going to be called as Bolin tries to drive into the middle of the lane. So remain Pine City's ball. And it looks like Piper Metling will be inbounding the ball for the Dragons here. Letting the play develop, gets it into Bolin. Bolin tries to get it back to Metling, but it was a toss-up there, but Bolin gets it back. A missed pass is going to end up in Lottie's hand. Lottie gets it over to Klepper. Klepper going to drive with it, takes it all away. No good. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Axtell, and she's going to give it up to Holt, who's going to take it all the way down, but the layup's going to be missed down low. Rebounded by Bolin. Bolin gets it out to Lottie. Lottie now bringing the ball up for the Dragons. And she's gonna shoot up a three there. That one's gonna fall. One moment here, we have some technical difficulties. We're gonna take a listen to a couple of our sponsors here. My apologies, we'll be right back.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success. Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start.
Whoa, they've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. Right now, load up on deals like Red Bull 8.4 ounce cans, 3 for $6.50, Frito-Lay varieties, buy one get one free, buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size candy bar for $2, and fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon to get ready for hunting and frying that turkey. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Embrace Orthodontics would like to take this time to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. It's people like you that make Christmas a sacred, meaningful occasion. Embrace Orthodontics wants to thank you for allowing us to serve you over this past year, and we look forward to continuing to provide quality orthodontic care with Invisalign and braces in the year ahead. Gifts come and go, but a smile is forever. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Embrace Orthodontics. Find us online at embracemn.com.
All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. We're having some technical difficulties here as the camera has stopped working for me tonight, but I am trying to get it set up here. But I will just continue some live coverage of the game while I attempt to get this back up and running. So, looking back here at the game, a little bit has happened since we tried since our technical difficulties have happened. The current score is 8-5, and the Mustangs have the ball on their own line. The inbound is going to be no good there. It will remain the Mustangs' ball. The inbound play is developing. The inbound is complete to Holt. Mora trying to let their play develop. The shot clock is winding down. Travel is going to be called. And now it will be Pine City's ball. Pine City will get the ball in. The three-pointer goes up. That's going to be no good, as it's now Mora's ball. Mora with it, trying to get it. Three-pointer thought about, gets it down low. Trying to let the play develop here. Down low, that one's going to go up. It's going to be no good. Foul will be called, though. Foul's called on Lottie. First free throw. That's going to fall. That's going to be good. Second free throw is going to be no good. So now Bolin will throw it down court, and the layup is missed, though, unfortunately for the Dragons. Jump ball will be called. I do apologize about no video at the moment. We are supposed to have it, but we're having some technical difficulties. Inbound over to Bolin for three, and no good. Going to be rebounded by Lottie, who gets it up to Ganote. Ganote for three, no good. It's going to fall out of bounds. It's going to be Mustangs' ball. So now the Mustangs bring it up. Full court press by the Dragons. It's going to be turned over. Pass tries to get to Bolin. Saves it in the corner, but sends it back out of bounds. Going to go back to Mora. 11 minutes here to go in the first half of this game. Inbound is good. Full court press being applied by Pine City. Mora's going to get it down low, going to get it across to Holt. Holt looking to do something with it down low. Jump ball is going to be called. And now the inbound is going to come for Mora here under their own basket. They get it inbound. And the three-pointer is going to be no good. Rebounded by Pine City. Pine City coming down quickly with it. And stolen away by Mora. Fast break. Three-pointer coming. No good. And we have video back, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies on that. Not entirely sure what ended up happening, but we got it to work now. And we're going to hope that it sticks around while we keep covering this game. Inbound coming from Mora. It's going to get it in. Up on the 45. Gets it back across here to Kalash. Kalash gets it up. And it gets kicked around. Back down to Fix. Fix with it. Gets it to Kalash. Looks down low with it. Gets it up with one shot on the shot clock. No good. Rebounded by Klepper. Klepper gets it out to Bolin, and she's going to take it up herself. Bolin gets it over to Lati. Lati gets it across to Klepper. Klepper back to Lati. Looks for Gray down low, but it's going to be tipped away. Picked up by Lati. Gets it in low, down low to Gray, and no good on the layup attempt. Now the Mustangs bring up the ball. Layup coming from Fix. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Bolin, and a jump ball will be called. Again, I do apologize about the technical difficulties that we experienced. But we are back here on KBEK 95.5. I'm Mac Nelson. And the ball has been brought up to Lati for the Dragons. Shot's going to go up. She's going to get fouled, and they're going to say it's for two now. That's going to be on Amber Fix. That's going to be her first. The team's third. First free throw from Lati is going to be good. Ganot subs back into the game, and Reiser subs into the game as well for the Dragons. Second free throw for Lati is going to fall. It's going to be 2 free points for her. And it's stolen back by Mora here. Tipped away by Bolin, but Mora hangs on to it. Gets it up the court now. Three-point thought about. Gives it over to Axtell. Axtell gets it down to Addison Axtell. Now she kicks it back out to Sperling for three. Going to be no good. And rebound attempt by Lati. Going to be tipped away out of bounds. Remaining Mora's basketball tonight. Inbound pass. Inbound play is setting up. Inbound pass is going to go up top to Sperling. Sperling kicks it over to Addison Axtell. Addison Axtell down to Oslin. Oslin up to Sperling. Sperling over. It's kicked all the way down to Axtell. Bauer trying to take it in. It's going to be turned over to Klepper. Klepper going to try and take it down. Looks across court to try and find Bolin, but it's going to end up stolen away by Mora, and Bolin is giving her best effort to try and get it back for the Dragons here. Cross-court pass over to Bauer. Bauer kicks it up to Emma Axtell, and she kicks it around. Back up to Bauer. Bauer driving down the middle of the lane. That's going to fall for 2 points. And Mora is the first team to break double digits here tonight. Now the full court press coming. Pine City looking to break it. And a foul is going to be called on the pass attempt. It's going to be called on number 15, Emma Axtell. Her first, and the team's fourth on the night. So now Dragons will inbound the ball. Lottie to do so. Over to Ganote. Ganote gets it down to Klepper. Klepper gets it over to Reiser. Reiser gets it back to Klepper. Klepper looking down low, no good. Finds Lottie at the top of the key. Gets it in the corner to Bolin. Bolin for three, no good. Rebounded by Ganote. Second shot going up, no good. Rebounded by Lottie. Shot goes up, no good again. And there's going to be a travel called on the Mustangs, so it remains Pine City ball. And it looks like a timeout is going to be called by the Dragons. We're going to do the same to hear a couple words from our lovely sponsors. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on KBEK 95.5.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
If aches and pains are holding you back, Wellia Health is here to assist you. Our sports medicine team is dedicated to getting you back to your passions. With extensive experience and expertise, we specialize in managing concussions, a worry for both young athletes and adults. Whatever the injury, let's get you back in action with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or conveniently schedule through your MyChart account. Visit welliahealth.org for more information.
Welcome back here to KBEK 95.5. I'm Mac Nelson, and tonight's matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Mora Mustangs here has so far been a pretty exciting match. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. I do apologize for that. And now the inbound play for the Dragons. Bolin will have it in the corner, and it's going to be lost out of bounds. Looks like a miscommunication on the play, and it's going to result in Mora's ball. So now the inbound pass is going to go over to Axtell. Axtell over to Holt. Holt back to Axtell. It's going to be tipped away by Boland. She's going to try and take it in. Kicks it out to Lottie, but that's going to be stolen away as well. And bringing the ball up now is Kalash. She's going to get it over to Addison. Axtell gives it back to Kalash, who gets it over to Holt. Holt finds a woman inside. Kicks it back out, though, to Holt for three. No good. Rebounded by Lottie. Bolin now the ball carrier. Gets it over to Lottie. Lottie tries to get it back to Bolin, but there's a lot of traffic right there. Ended up getting to Reiser for three. That one's going to fall. What a great shot there from Reiser. And it's a one-point basketball game. The full court press is broken by Axtell. Shot thought about by Holt. Long cross-court pass to Axtell. Tries to drive in with it. Gets it tipped away. Gets it over to Oslin. Oslin for a long two. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Ganote. Now Klepper takes it all the way for 2 points, giving them the lead, 12-11 on that Embrace Orthodontist scoreboard. Now Mora breaking the full court press. Blocked away, but they're going to come back up with it. Holt now with it. Gets it down low to Oslin. Attempted, but it's going to go out of bounds off of a Dragon's finger. Now into the game is Gray for the Dragons. And Mustangs will inbound it. They get it inbounded. Tries to find down low. Shot goes up. Foul's called, but no good on the shot, so she will get 2 free throws. That is Oslin going to the line for the first time tonight. Foul is called on number 15, Brecken Reiser. First free throw is good. Game is all tied up now. Metling now in the game for the Dragons. Second free throw going up, no good. And no rim violation, so it'll automatically be the Dragons' ball. Now Klepper will inbound it. Gets it into Gray, but there's going to be a foul called. Foul's going to be called on Paige Gray. It's going to be her second. And the Mustangs are in the bonus. Under 6 minutes to go here. So now Kalash will be shooting a bonus free throw. Shot goes up, no good. No rim violation again, so it's going to be automatically Pine City's ball. Scores all tied up on that Embrace Orthodontist scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontist, custom light force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. Inbound attempt from the Dragons is going to be no good. Picked up by Addison Axtell. She's in trouble, though. Kicks it out to Kalash. Kalash for 3, no good. Rebounded by Boland for the Dragons. Getting physical out there as Boland tries to get the ball across for the Dragons. Picks it up across half court, which is not a good idea, but she eventually gets it in there to Metling. Metling turns it over, though, and Holt is going to come up with it for the Mustangs. Mustangs now bringing the ball up, gets it over to Kalash. Kalash looking to set something up here with the offense, gets it over to Addison Axtell. Addison Axtell looking to drive through the middle, and she's going to find a way to do so, but the shot is not going to fall. Rebounded there by Metling, and now it's brought up by Boland. Boland now getting their offense to develop, gets it over to Gray, who gets it over to Metling. Metling up top to Gray. Gray to Klepper. Klepper driving, wide open lane. That's going to fall for 2. That's going to be her first points of the night, I do believe. Full court press now applied by the Dragons. Going to be broken by the Mustangs. They get it down low. A long two-pointer. Going to be no good. Rebounded by, looks like it's going to be Klepper. And she gets it over to Ganote. And they're going to call a travel on her. So it'll remain Mustangs ball. Lottie and Sperling in now for both teams. And the inbound for the Mustangs. They get it in low to Sperling. Attempt is no good. Rebounded by Boland. Boland has been a pretty powerful player for the Dragons this year. Gray brings the ball up, gets it over to Klepper, who finds it over to Lottie, gets it to Boland in the corner. Shot fakes, drives in, floater in the middle of the lane. That one's going to fall for 2 points. And the Dragons have now extended their lead by 4. Full court press is broken. And now trying to set something up. Cross court pass going to be picked off, but ends up back in Holt's hands. Holt looking to do something. Tries to get it inside to Sperling. Going to be tipped away by Boland, who's going to keep it. Gets it up court to Gray for a nice in-transition point. 2 more points for the Dragons. Stolen away in the full court press by Boland. She's going to go up with it, and a foul is going to be called. My apologies. Foul is going to be called. On Amber Fix, her second. So now it is Brooke Boland's turn to try and make some free throws here. First shot not going to fall. But that's the good thing about free throws is she has another one. Into the game is Breckenreiser. And Klepper comes out. Second free throw goes up. That one is also not going to fall. Rebounded by Holt, but Lottie's there to get a hand on it. They're going to call a foul. That's going to be on Vivian Lottie. Her second on the night. And Mustangs are in bonus. So they will go to the line. It is Mackenzie Holt shooting free throws here. Still only single bonus, only one guaranteed shot. Free throws up. No good. Rebounded by Oslin, but there's 3 other Dragons there. And so jump ball is going to be called. It's going to remain Mora's ball. Inbound play from Mora. Gets it into Fix. Fix driving in the lane. Going to be no good on the drive attempt, but she's going to get a chance to shoot 2 free throws because she's fouled. Foul is on Breckenreiser. Her second. We have Amber Fix here for the 2 free throws. First one no good off the back iron. Number 11, Kastenbauer, is going to come in for the Mustangs as the second free throw goes up. That one is going to fall. That 3.5 minutes here to go in this first half. The Mustangs trail the Dragons 13-8 on that Embrace Orthodontist scoreboard. Inbounding, going to be poked away there by Axtell, and a jump ball will be called. So it will remain Dragons ball. And now Klepper will inbound it. Gets it into Boland, who gives it back to Klepper. Klepper now taking the ball herself and gives it over to Johnson, who gets it down low. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound is going to result in a jump ball, and it will be Mora's ball now. Inbound from Mora. They're looking to get a jump on this full court press that they've been doing. Picked away by Johnson. Gives it up to Boland, who tries to go up with it. And a foul is going to be called. Fouled on Abigail Kalash. Her first. The team's 6th. Inbound play will come from the Dragons. Gets it into Boland. Shoots it for 3. That's going to fall. That was a textbook three-pointer there from Boland. And a full court press will be applied, but it's easily broken. Given over to Kirstenbauer for the three-pointer. No good. And rebound is going to be up in the air. It's going to result in Dragons ball. Inbound pass to Boland. Gets it back to Klepper. Klepper now brings it across for the Dragons. Gets it down in the corner to Ganote. Ganote gets it inside to Klepper. No good for 2. Picked up by Johnson and shot for 2. No good. Rebounded by Boland, who tries to go up with it, and a jump ball will be called. So will remain Dragons ball here. Gets it inside to Ganote. That's going to be an easy 2-pointer there for her. Inbound now from Mora. They're going to break this full court press pretty handily. And Kirstenbauer is going to go up with it. Going to be fouled, though, so she'll be shooting 2. Foul was on number 15, Breckenreiser. So now they'll get 2 free shots here. First free throw is going to fall for Kirstenbauer. Second free throw for Kirstenbauer is also going to fall. That's going to be 2 more points for the Mustangs. And now the inbound play. Full court press being applied by Mora. Going to be tipped out of bounds by Mora. Remains Dragons ball. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left here to go in this first half. And the inbound goes into Boland. Boland looking to do something with it, driving down that near side. Tries to hand it off to Latte, but it's going to be plucked away, and Addison Axtell will now handle it for the Mustangs. Shots are going up, but they're being blocked. Another one goes up, no good. Rebounded by Klepper, trying to get it across court. Boland now with it, gets it up to Klepper. Takes it, Euro steps around, no good on the layup. Gets her own rebound, goes up with it again, no good. And it's going to remain white ball, tipped out of bounds by one of the Mustangs. Lati will inbound the ball for the Dragons tonight. Inbound to Boland for three. No good. Rebounded by Johnson, who gives it to Gray, but it's going to be picked up by Axtell. Axtell now with the ball, bringing it up for Mora. Picks it up, though. Tries to get it over to Sperling. Sperling looking to do something with it. Drives in. Gets it to Fix. Fix gets it up to Kostenbauer, and she's going to get fouled on the three-pointer. So she's taking 3 free throws now. That's going to be on number 10, Rhea Johnson here for the Dragons. Her first. And the team's a lot. Kostenbauer's first free throw. That one's going to fall. Free throws are a very important part of basketball. Second free throw. That one's also going to fall. And she has a chance to go 3 for 3. Third one is up. That one's no good. Bounces out. Going to be rebounded by Klepper. Takes it. Tries to take it coast to coast herself. Gets it to Boland, though, whose two-pointers are going to be no good from under the hoop. And it's now Mora's ball. Gets it down low to Axtell. Axtell's going to get that for an easy two-pointer. Addison Axtell on that one. Now Boland with the ball for the Dragons. Gets it into the corner. Gets it up to Klepper, who gets it over to Johnson for three. That one's going to fall. That was a great shot there from Rhea Johnson. As the ball is brought down by the Mustangs, it's going to be stolen away by Klepper, who's going to get it up to Lati. Lati now with the ball. Gets it down to Johnson. Pump fakes, gets it back to Lati. Tries to take it down, gets it up to Johnson, but it's going to be picked away by Addison Axtell. She's going to take it all the way down herself. No good. Rebounded by Klepper. And she's going to bring it up now. Over to Ganote, down to Boland, who gets it back out to Klepper for three. That one falls. They are on a hot streak. Another great ball movement in transition play, and that's going to be halftime. I didn't even note the time. Half-court shot goes up, and they made it, but the refs are going to say no on that one. So we're going to take a break and listen to some of our sponsors here, and then we'll be back for a little bit of halftime recap. Don't go anywhere here on KBEK 95.5.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, load up on deals like Heggy's Pizza, 2 for $16 with a new breakfast pizza available. Starbucks Frappuccinos are 2 for $7. Buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size for only $2. And fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon. Get ready for hunting and frying that turkey 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Pine Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual are dedicated to a season of cheer. We wish you a very happy holiday season and the joy of spending time with family and friends. It is our gift to serve you, now and in the future. Celebrate this holiday season and trust in tomorrow. Contact Pine Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual agent, at pineagency.us today, or call 320-629-2515 for all your insurance needs. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Welcome back here for the halftime reports here at Mora, the home of the Mustangs, hosting the Pine City Dragons. The current score going into the second half now is Dragons 29, Mustangs 19. So Dragons with a 10-point lead here coming in and coming out swinging, honestly. I mean, they had a really slow start at the start of the half, but they're going to end up doing pretty well going into halftime now. So looking at them, so far they played really well. I mean, they both were doing a very good full court press there, and it was working for both of them. The Dragons were getting a lot of steals out of it. The Mustangs were getting a couple of steals out of it, but they were just more or less tiring out the players, which is sometimes all you really want to do with a full court press. Looking at some of the stats that I took with our little bit of maintenance there, didn't quite get a whole boatload of stats, but I did get some free throws that, from what I saw, from the stats that I collected, the Dragons are currently 50% on their free throws this half, and they have a boatload of fouls. Multiple players with 2 and even some with 3 going into the second half is not what you really want to see with such a shallow bench as they have. Going down and looking at the Mustangs now, they were 7 for 12 on their free throws. So they're over 50%. However, 7 for 12 isn't an incredible free throw percentage. It's just over half, actually. But they played a very good first half. Multiple players contributing pretty equally across the board, I would say. But a couple players that really were standing out here was Addison Axtell. She's a very aggressive defensive player and liked to take the ball to the rim. But the Pine City also had their own aggressive players coming in with Brooke Boland, who is usually a pretty big powerhouse out there for them. She usually brings some intensity, brings a lot of hustle to the team, and that causes her to, boost up the rest of her teammates to play their best basketball. Going into the second half here, I think that the Dragons are really going to need to focus on keeping that pressure with the full court press. It was really rattling Mora, and I know they're going to try and come out with a solution for it. However, if they keep that pressure, they're eventually going to be pretty tuckered out. So if they keep that full court pressure, they're going to be sitting pretty good for the end of the game here. As for Mora, I think they need to figure out how to break that full court press. They're doing a lot of great things offensively, ball movement, screens, getting players into good positions, and getting defensive players out of position. So if they can just keep that up, start making a couple of easier shots, maybe less turnovers out there, it would definitely benefit them for sure. So with that being said, we're going to go and take another break here, listen to a couple more of our sponsors, and then we'll be back for a little bit more small talk before we begin the second half here. But don't go anywhere. This is KBEK 95.5. We'll be right back.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsand, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Embrace Orthodontics would like to take this time to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. It's people like you that make Christmas a sacred, meaningful occasion. Embrace Orthodontics wants to thank you for allowing us to serve you over this past year, and we really look forward to continuing to provide quality orthodontic care with Invisalign and braces in the year ahead. Gifts come and go, but a smile is forever. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Embrace Orthodontics. Find us online at embracemn.com.
Welcome back here to tonight's section matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Mora Mustangs. My name is Mac Nelson. You're listening to KBEK 95.5. Or if you're listening on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe if you would, because then you'd be notified whenever we are going live once again. You notice that we cover quite a few schools here at KBEK, so we do have this where you can see a bunch of schools that we do cover games for. And a lot of these schools play schools that aren't necessarily in this square. So we're able to cover some other games as well. So all of our broadcasting schedule for these games, whether they're live, whether they're going to have video or not, is found on our website at wcmp.com. And we have a wide range of broadcasters that do a bunch of games. Typically some are set with their teams and stuff like that. But we do get jostled around a little bit. So don't be worried about that. We do cover a lot. Coming back to this game, though, great first half from both teams. It was a neck-and-neck match up until the Dragons got on a hot streak of long shots here. And I think that is really what kind of gave them that momentum. They just got to be able to carry that momentum going into the second half. They had quite a few fouls in that first half, but it's okay. I mean, Mora made quite a few free throws, but a lot of them weren't on bonuses, so they didn't get penalized for those fouls that they had. They were able to recover from them, get some rebounds off of them, and just defensively, Dragons are really playing their game right now. They're doing a very nice full court 2-2-1 press, which is a zone press if you don't know basketball terms, but very, very tough and intimidating press to try and break as an offensive team. However, Mora has done it quite comfortably. Where they get into trouble is once they break it. They need to become aggressive once they break that full court press. And once they're able to get mismatch numbers down low, they need to take that and run with it and try and get some in-transition points. And I'm sure that's exactly what their coach is telling them right now in the locker room, as they have not quite re-entered the gym yet. However, Pine City is out here warming up. A lot of pretty pivotal players in the starting five for the Dragons, and they're doing their part as the leaders out there on the floor and setting the tone for the game. Mora has just re-entered the gym, and again for them, having some really pivotal players, being able to give them good momentum and keep the energy up. Hustle plays, aggression, that sort of thing can set people apart in a game. It can change the tone of a match. If you have one player going way out of their way, it boosts up the rest of their players to do the same, and that's how teams can win games, in all honesty. So now the buzzer is not going to sound, actually. They're going to stop it at 1.1 seconds, and we are going to get right into our second half here in a little bit as these two teams come out of their huddle. The Pine City Dragons are coached by Patrick Judd, and the Mora Mustangs are coached by Lance Dalby. This is a section matchup for these teams, so there's a little bit riding on this because they will face each other in the playoffs if they're within reason of each other. So it will start out being Mora's ball, and as you can see, the sides have flipped now. So Mora will get the inbound here. Fix looking to get it in. She gets it into Addison Axtell. Axtell gets it back to Fix, who drives right down the middle of the lane. Is going to be blocked, though, by Mallory Klepper, and a jump ball is going to be called on the rebound. So it will become Dragons' ball here. And the full court press will be kept in play. I didn't know if they were going to go away from it with losing points in transition there, but they did. So now Dragons will get it across very easily using Metling there. Metling gets it down there to Bolin. Bolin for three. That one's going to be no good from the corner, but it's going to be put back up on the rebound. That's going to be good for two. Klepper with the 2 points there. And now the Mustangs pass the ball up court to Axtell, who gets a cross-court pass to Holt, who gets it back up to Kalash. Kalash over to Fix. Fix back to Kalash. Thought someone was in the corner, but guess not. Gets it over to Holt on the 45. Down low to Oslin. Oslin back up to Fix. Fix for three. No good. Rebounded by Bolin for the Dragons. And she is going to take it all the way down. Gets a give and go with Gray, but it's going to be picked off there by Oslin. Now the ball is brought up here by Kalash for the Mustangs. Gets it over to Fix. Fix back up to Kalash. Kalash over to Holt. Holt driving down the baseline with it. Goes up with it. Foul is going to be called on Klepper there. That's going to be her second, I believe. Yep. And so Holt will go to the free throw line. First free throw is going to be no good. Second free throw. That one's going to trickle in for her. Elliot Kassenbauer is now in for the Mustangs. And the full court press will be applied here as Klepper brings the ball up, gets the down court pass up there to Metling. Metling looked for Boland down low, gets it across to Gray, who gives it back to Boland in the corner. Gives a cross court pass, gets it over to Metling. Metling for three, no good. Rebounded by Axtell, who's going to try and take it down. Dumps it off to Oslin, and that's going to be good for 2 points. Great play in transition by the Mustangs there as the Dragons are quick to get it down the court. Boland with it up top, heavily pressured here, and a foul will be called on that play. That's going to be on Addison Axtell. Her first of the game. Inbound play. Inbounder's Gray, gets to Boland. Mustangs are in a 2-1-2 or 2-3 zone, I believe. And they get it down, try and get it down low to Boland. That's going to be picked away by Oslin. And now Kassenbauer will bring it up for the Mustangs. And it's going to get its way over to Fix, who shoots it for three. It's going to be no good. Rebounded by Axtell. What a great hustle play. Gets it back up to Kalash. Kalash over to Kassenbauer. Tries to drive in, but she's going to get fouled on her way down. Foul is going to be on number 3, Piper Metling. It's going to be her third of the match. So now Mora will inbound the ball as Kalash gets it in. And that's going to be a nice 2 points for Oslin down there. That was a great inbound play for the Mustangs. And now the full court press is going to be broken by the Dragons. Gets it into Metling. Metling with it. Trying to do something with this zone. It's hard to do, though. She gets trapped down in the corner, looking to dump it off to someone, but can't find help. Gets it up to Klepper. Klepper gets it back to Metling, who's going to shoot it from the corner for three. No good. Rebounded off of Lottie's hand, it looks like. And it's going to become Mustangs' ball. It's going to be passed into Boland on the Dragons, who's going to try and take it, but it's going to be pucked away by Kassenbauer. So it's going to become Dragons ball. They're going to have an inbound play attempt here. Inbound to Bolin for 3. No good. Rebounded by Kalash. And Mustangs are running in transition with it. Try to get it to Axtell. It's going to be picked away by Bolin. It's going to go out of bounds and remain Mustangs ball. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We're going to hear a word from a couple of our sponsors, and then we will be right back.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got a quick meal on the go for you. $3 gets you a hot snack or hot dog, chips, and a Polar Pop. $4 for a breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and medium coffee. Or $5 gets you a personal pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi. Get snacking. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Welcome back here to tonight's matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Mora Mustangs. I do apologize. We had some more technical difficulties, but he didn't miss much. They called a timeout, so it will be Dragons ball here as they bring the ball up, trying to break the full court press that Mora is applying. And they do. Boland is going to get it, who gets it over to Klepper. Klepper gets it to Lottie. Lottie to Gray. Gray for 3. No good. It's going to be rebounded. Rebounded there by Fix, who gets it up to Axtell. Axtell with it. Gets it over. Going to get around to Fix here. Fix up top to Kassenbauer. Kassenbauer over to Kalash. Kalash trying to drive. Defended well. Trickles out of the basket on her layup attempt, and Dragons will take it, try and take it all the way down, but they're going to slow it up and set something up. And Metling will shoot the three-pointer. That one's going to fall. What a great shot by Metling there. Axtell now bringing the ball up for the Mustangs. And she gets it up to Kalash. Kalash drives in with it. Layup is going to be no good. Rebounded by Metling. Metling is going to take it all the way down. It's 3-on-3. Jump stops and shoots a little floater. That one's going to fall for 2. A great choice to pull in transition there, just coming to a complete stop and shooting a little floater. And long pass is going to be saved from going out of bounds by Oslin. Oslin trying to drive in is going to be fouled by what looked like Lottie. Yes, number 23, Vivian Lottie. Her third. Unverzog coming in now for the Dragons. And Kalash inbounds the ball to Axtell. Axtell over to Fix. Fix for 3, no good. Rebounded by Axtell. Tries to put it back up, but it's grabbed by Boland, and that's going to be a jump ball. Into the game now is Ganote for Metling. And it remains Mustangs ball. Kalash will inbound the ball. Gets it in here. 3-point attempt from Oslin. Gonna be good. That one's gonna be a great 3-point shot there from Tegan Oslin. As Dragons are quickly down their own side, a little bit of a give and go through the zone is going to result in Klepper getting a foul for 2 free throws. Klepper's first free throw. It's going to trickle its way in there. And they are just able to keep this lead going. That's one thing in basketball. Once you get a lead, you really have to try your hardest to keep it rolling. And the second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Fix. Fix now bringing the ball up, trying to do some work against Gray. Dances around her. It's going to get up to Kassenbauer, who's going to think about shooting. It gets it back to Axtell. Axtell over to Emma Axtell. It's over to Kassenbauer on the 45. She's going to drive down low, give it off to Emma Axtell, who gives it up. Drive in by Fix is going to be blocked. And Unverzak is going to get it and give it up to Klepper. Klepper gets it to Ganote. Ganote back to Klepper, who goes up with it. Blocked at the rim. Rebounded by herself. Goes up with it. No good. Rebounded by Addison Axtell. She gives a long up-the-court pass here to Sperling. That one's going to go up. It's going to be no good. I don't think it was blocked by Unverzag, but it was close. Now Bolin trying to do her best here. 11.5 minutes here to go in the second half. Unverzag with it on the 45. Double teamed. Gets it over to Ganote. Ganote trying to get away with it. Gives it to Unverzag, who gives it to Boland. Boland for three. No good. Rebounded by Gray. Kicks it out to Klepper. Klepper for two. That one's going to fall. That was a beautiful series of events from them. As they steal it back on the inbound, and Boland gets 2 points for herself. The momentum that they are able to generate right now is impressive. Kassenbauer gets it, gives it up to Emma Axtell, who gives it over to Sperling for three. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Klepper. Klepper now with the ball for the Dragons. Zone defense trying to break, gets it to Boland. Boland double team, gets it back up to Klepper, gives it over to Gray. Gray for three. Going to be no good. Rebounded there by Fix. Fix over to Addison Axtell. Gets it up to Emma Axtell, who shoots the three-pointer. That one's going to be tipped, though. Rebounded by Boland. Gives it up quick to Gray with the full-court play. That one's going to fall and be good for the Dragons. Great in-transition play there. And the defense is going to cause Kassenbauer to turn the ball over for the Mustangs. A couple of players subbing in and out of the game right now, as there is 10 minutes left in the second half here. Dragons lead the Mustangs 43-27 on our Embrace Orthodontist scoreboard. Boland gets it over to Metling. Metling in trouble, stolen away by Axtell. Gets it up there to Sperling. Sperling for two. That one's going to fall. That's going to be a great defensive play there. Now Klepper brings the ball up for the Dragons. Gets it over to Metling. Metling with it. Gets it over to Boland on the wing. Cross-court pass to Klepper for three. No good. Rebounded by Fix for the Mustangs. Fix also bringing the ball up. Gets it over to Axtell. Axtell driving in the middle of the lane. She's going to get fouled on her way through. She's going to the free throw line. Foul is going to be called on Retta Ganote. That's going to be her second of the game. Addison Axtell going to the line for the first time tonight. First free throw is knocked down. Free throws are a very important part of this game that we love. As the second one goes up. No good. Rebounded by Boland. Boland gives it over to Lottie. Lottie in some trouble. Gets it over the top to Klepper. Gets it to Metling for three. No good. Rebounded by Klepper, who's going to go back up with it. That's going to be 2 points. And now Mustangs are breaking the full court press as Holt has it. It's going to be stolen away by Boland. It's 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Euro step around. That's going to be a good 2-point play. Now as the Mustangs inbound the ball, trying to break this full court press that Pine City has been doing so well all night. Gets it up to Holt. Travel. I was just about to say that they have been doing a pretty well job to break it most of the times. But it's small mistakes like that that cause problems when it comes to that. So now, under 9 minutes left to go here. 47-30, Dragons lead over the Mustangs on our Embrace Orthodontist scoreboard. Inbound to Bolin. Bolin to Gray. Gray brings it up, gives it over to Mettler. Or Klepping, my apologies. And Reiser's going to try and get it back to Klepper, but it's going to end up going out of bounds. So it's Mora's ball now. And Dragons are going to keep going with this full court press. Now with Gray at the top. Directing traffic. Now Klepper defending. Gets it. Ball is passed over to Kalash. Kalash gets it into Addison Axtell. Letting the play develop here. Gets it down low to Sperling. She's going to go up with it. That's going to be 2 points and the and one. Foul is on Brecken Reiser. That's going to be her fourth. And her and one free throw is going to be good. That's going to be a three-point play for her. Now the inbound pass to Gray. Gives it back to Klepper. Klepper bringing the ball up now. Driving straight through defenders, but it's going to be no good. A lot of confusion out there, but Oslin is going to come up with it. Gives it to Axtell, who kicks it way over to Sperling. Good jab step move. Tries to get through with it. Accidentally turned over to Unverzog. Gives it up to Bolin for the full court play. That one's going to be good for an and one. Brooke Bolin with the and one play there. One free throw coming here. And it's going to be no good as Axtell brings the ball up for the Mustangs. Gives it over. That's going to be Oslin for the three-point attempt. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Klepper. Klepper now bringing the ball up. Gives it to Bolin. Bolin gives it up to Lottie. Lottie gets it down low to Klepper, who gives it back to Bolin. Bolin brings it back up, trying to reset the offense. Up to Unverzog. Gets it down low to Lottie. Jump ball. Good defensive play there by Kalash to be in the way and not allow Lottie to get that easy inbound pass. A little bit of an update here on some other local sports going on. Ethan Game Day Gilman is covering Mora and Pine City in Pine City. And the final, Mora has beaten Pine City 77-48. Now the inbound pass to Lottie is going to try and find its way into Metling. That's going to be no good, but a foul will be called. Foul is on 23, Tegan Oslin, her second of the night. Lottie will inbound the ball for the Dragon, gives it to Bolin. Three-point is up, no good. Rebounded there by Oslin. Gets it over to Addison Axtell, who gets it to Holt for three. Tipped is going to be no good. Rebounded by Gray, and a foul will be called. That's going to be called on Tegan Oslin again, her third foul of the night. So now Metling will inbound the ball for the Dragons. And they need to break this full court 2-2-1 press. Bolin gets it in, tries to gets it over to Metling. Metling back to Bolin. Bolin gets it up to Lottie. Lottie gets it down low to Bolin, who gets it in. Gonna be jumbled around there down low. And a foul was gonna be called. Foul's gonna be called on number 13, Kate Unverzog. Her first, but the team's seventh, so Addison Axtell will go to the line for a bonus free throw here. As the bonus goes up. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Oslin for Mustangs. Pass gets tipped away by Boland, and now the Mustangs are back on the other side of the court. Sperling is going to bring the ball up for the Mustangs. A foul is going to be called on Boland. It's going to be her first of the match. That's going to send Sperling to the line for a bonus free throw here. As it goes up, no good. Rebounded by Lottie. And it's going to be tipped away by Holt. It's going to remain Dragons' ball. Timeout's going to be called by Pine City. We're going to do the same here and hear some words from a couple of our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on KBEK 95.5.
Whoa, they've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. Right now, load up on deals like Red Bull 8.4-ounce cans, 3 for $6.50, Frito-Lay varieties, buy one, get one free, buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King-Size candy bar for $2, and fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon to get ready for hunting and frying that turkey. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Welcome back here to KBEK. I'm Mac Nelson, and you are watching the section matchup between Pine City Dragons and the Mora Mustangs. And the Dragons lead the Mustangs 49-33 on our Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, their board-certified orthodontists are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. Pine City makes quick work of the full-court press as Metling drives into the corner. It's going to be stolen away there by Oslin. Gives it up to Addison Axtell. Axtell gets it into Fix. Fix gets it back to Axtell, who gives it over to Sperling. Sperling gets it up top. Set Fix. Fix over to Holt. Holt going to drive with it. Throws it up. Bounces off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Klepper, who's going to try and take it down. Gives it to Boland. Gets it down low to Klepper again, who gets it out to Metling for three in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Klepper. And it's going to – Holt is going to fall out of bounds on the ball, so it's going to remain Dragons' ball under their own court, under their own hoop. My apologies. Gray, the inbounder for the Dragons. Gets it into Klepper right under the basket. Jump ball attempt going to be made, but no good. Gets it up to Lottie on the top. Key gets it over to Boland in the corner. Looking down low. There's only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And it's going to be stolen away by Addie Axtell. Now Sperling bringing the ball up for the Mustangs. Drives in to Lottie, so a foul will be drawn. And she will be going to the free throw line. Foul is on Vivian Lottie. It's going to be her fourth. As Megan Sperling goes to the line for 2 more free throws. First free throw's up. No good. As Unverzog subs back into the game for the Pine City Dragons. We have just over 5 minutes left to go in this second half. As Sperling shoots her second free throw. It's up. And it's good. Banked in there. Hard, might I add. Now the Dragons will attempt to break the full court press. Gets it up court to Metling, who puts it up for 2. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Axtell as she brings it up for the Mustangs. Tries to get it down low to Sperling. She does. Gives it out to Holt. Gives it back up top to Fix. Fix drives down the middle with it, who gives it off to Axtell. That one's going to fall for 2. Great ball movement play. That's exactly what you need to do to break a zone defense like that. Klepper takes it all the way herself to answer for 2. And it's still a pretty hefty lead for the Dragons. But don't count the Mustangs out quite yet. As the ball is passed up the court by the Mustangs, Axtell ends up with it. Gets it across to Sperling, who gives it off to Oslin for a long 2. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Metling, it ends up being. Gives it up to Boland. It's a 2-on-1. Now 2-on-2. Tries to get it down low to Gray, but it's going to be tipped away by Axtell. So it will remain Dragons ball under their own hoop. Kassenbauer will come back in for Mora here, as Boland is the inbounder for the Dragons. And she's letting the play develop, gets it over to Metling for three in the corner, no good, rebounded by Gray, tries to go back up with it, gonna get called for a foul. That's gonna be on Megan Sperling, her first of the game. With 4 minutes left to go, not a bad time to foul. Gray's free throw, no good. No harm, no foul. I guess technically a foul, actually. Anyways, does her routine. Second free throw's up. That one is going to fall. 52-36 here as the Mustangs inbound the ball. And bringing the ball up is Fix. Dribbles her way through the press. Gets it over to Holt. Holt's trying to step back three. Gives it back up to Fix. Fix driving down the middle. And no good off the rim, but rebounded over to Kassenbauer for three. No good. Rebounded by Boland. Boland now trying to take it herself. Gives it off to Gray. Gives it up to Metling. Metling now. Gives it over to Klepper. Klepper driving down the middle of the lane. Gives it off to Gray coming in the side. No good for two, but that was a great routine play. As Kassenbauer comes up with it, she gives it up to Sperling. Sperling's going to take it, kick it back out to Axtell for a three-pointer. Going to be no good. Rebounded by Boland. As Boland brings the ball up for the Dragons. Gives it over to Metling. Metling trying to get Klepper on the cutback. Going to be no good. They're going to call 5 seconds on her. Into the game is going to be Kalash for the Mustangs again. Under 3 minutes to go here. Fix will inbound the ball for the Mustangs. Gets it over to Holt. Holt trying to drive with it. Through two defenders. No good on the layup, but it's going to get called, so that's going to be 2 shots for her. It's going to be called on Kate Unverzog, her second. First free throw from Holt is going to be no good. And Lati will sub back in for the Dragons. Second free throw from Holt. It's up. No good. No rim, so it's going to be immediate Dragons ball there. And the inbound to Boland. It's going to go back to Klepper. Klepper gets it up court to Lati, who's going to try and give it across to Metling, but it's going to be over her head. A little too tall for her, but it was the right idea. You had the numbers. It was 2-on-1. Getting it over there would have been a great offensive play. Now the pass intended for Holt is going to be picked off by Gray, and they're going to call an offensive on Gray. It's going to be her third. And I think that was the right call, as she did throw a shoulder into her before she went up. So offensive foul was called. 2.5 minutes to go as the Dragons lead 52-36 over the Mustangs here on our Embrace Orthodontist scoreboard. Now Kassenbauer with it under her own hoop, going to go for it. No good on the floater. It's going to go out of bounds off of a Mustang, and it's going to remain Dragons ball. Now Klepper bringing the ball up, gives it off to Boland. Boland trying to go around Fix, and she will. Gets it inside to Lati. Gives it back to Boland at the top of the key for three. No good. Rebounded by Lati. Goes back up for it. It's going to be tipped away. And no foul called, so it's going to remain Dragons ball under their own hoop. So Lati will inbound it. Gives it to Metling, who does a short corner off to Klepper, who's going to go up and get fouled on it. Foul is going to be called on Mackenzie Holt, her second. And so that will send Klepper to the free throw line. First free throw from Klepper is going to go up. It's going to bounce around and fall out. No good on that one. Yoder and Hegerness in for Mora here. As the second free throw goes up. No good. Rebounded by Sperling. Sperling bringing the ball up here. Guarded well. Tries to pass it off, but it's going to be tipped away by Klepper, who's going to give it up to Gray on the fast break. Gets it down low to Lottie, who's going to try and go up for it, but she's going to get caught in some traffic. And that's going to be a foul on Amber Fix. And they're going to call it a shooting foul, so Lottie will go to the line to shoot two. Into the game is Ganote for the Dragons. Under 2 minutes now in the second half here. First free throw is going to be good. Oh, never mind. It wasn't a shooting foul. It was bonus. My apologies. But she still made the first one. Second free throw is up. No good. Rebounded by Klepper, who's going to go back up with it. No good. A little too high off the top of the backboard there. As Hegerness brings it up, gives it off to Kassenbauer, and that's going to be good for two for the Mustangs. So now Klepper will bring it up. Kicks it over to Ganote. Ganote finds Lottie cutting down, tries to go up with it. Fouled and one. Going to be called for Lottie. Number 24, Amber Fix, her fifth foul. But that will send Lottie to the line for an and one attempt. Good game there from Amber Fix. Just didn't quite pan out in her favor. But Lottie now going for the three-point play attempt. In for the Dragons is Rachel Brown. The free throw is up, and that's good for a three-point play from Lottie. So now Kassenbauer has it on top of the key, drives down the middle, goes up with it, floater, going to be no good. Rebounded by Boland. Boland gets it to Klepper. Klepper now bringing the ball up in quick fashion like the Dragons do. Over to Lottie for three. That one's going to fall. And that was an incredible in-transition play for the Dragons here tonight. So now Hegerness will get the ball over to Kassenbauer. Kassenbauer driving into trouble. Fouled, going to the free throw line. That's all you can do at that point. Foul's going to be on number 1, Rachel Brown. Her first of the game. Kassenbauer now shooting more free throws. First free throw, going to trickle out of there, no good. Into the game is Unvazak and Reiser for the Dragons as we have just over 45 seconds to go in this second half matchup. Second free throw, it's going to be good from Kassenbauer. And Boland will bring it up, give it to Unverzag. Gets it over to Ganote. Ganote gets it to Boland. Boland looking to do something with it. Gets it over to Ganote for three, no good. It's going to go out of bounds, going to become Mustangs ball. Under 25 seconds here to go as the Dragons lead 59 to the Mustangs 39. Bringing the ball up is Hegerness for the Mustangs. Kossenbauer gets it over to Hagerness. Tries to drive in with it. She gets a wide open lane. Going to be no good. Just a little too tough off the glass. Unverzagt gets it to Boland. Boland with it. Boland just going to run out the time here. And that's going to be the end of the game. Pine City Dragons beat the Mora Mustangs 59-39 here tonight in this section matchup. We'll be right back with the post-game wrap-up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here after a word from a couple of our sponsors on KBEK Nice 95.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Welcome back here to KBEK 95.5. I'm Mac Nelson, and we just concluded tonight's section matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Mora Mustangs. So let's talk about it a little bit. Exciting game right from the get-go. Mora came out hot, swinging hard, getting an early 8-0 lead on the Dragons. But they turned it around. They played their game, and they played it well, and it ended up going in their favor with the win coming at 59-39, so a hefty 20-point lead for the Dragons. So that's got to feel good, especially in your first section matchup of the year. Section games are always different. They're always seen as a little bit of a rivalry between teams because you play each other multiple times through the year. You get multiple chances to try and be better than the other one, and so there's always a little bit of extra, incentive to try and win there. Looking at some of the stats here, Pine City had quite a few fouls in the second half there. I think if they just clean that up a little bit, it could be a little bit cleaner of a win there. A lot of players stood out. Klepper did a great job defensively and offensively with their rebounds and, trying to get the ball back into Pine City's hands. And you really need that on a team. Metling was also a good head picker-upper for the Dragons. You got Gray making some great hustle plays in there. And Brooke Boland, has been a great player for the Dragons so far. She is energetic, full of fun and hustle out there. So she's a really fun player to watch as well as call for. So that's always good. And Vivian Lottie, putting up points, putting up numbers, making defensive plays, making offensive plays. She was just a great all-around player out there. As we move down, looking at the Mustangs, Holt was a great, powerful player for them. She was able to lead out there, lead by example in that sense. And then you have great hustle plays coming from Addison Axtell and Tegan Osland doing great. And someone that I wasn't expecting to see a lot of minutes from was Ella Kossenbauer, and she put in a great deal of time and a great deal of effort out there, gave some valuable minutes to the coach there. As a coach, as the Mora coach here, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't hang your head over this game at all. I think that win was well earned by Pine City, and Mora played a great deal of good defense and great offense to make it as it was, make that final score as close as it was. once again, it is great to have Mora in the GRC with a bunch of the teams. Geographically, it makes the most sense for them to be there. So having them back in there, able to play against our local teams that play them anyways, but now as section matchups, it's a great thing to see. It brings a lot of energy, a lot of rivalry from the teams, so it's great to have them there. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much for listening to me. We had a couple of technical difficulties out there tonight, but we managed, we made it work, and hopefully we don't have that again going forward in the future. But if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. It shows us that you want to see from us again, so you want to watch more of our live streams and stuff that we do. We cover all sorts of teams, so if there's one that you're specifically looking for, odds are that we cover it if it's one of these local teams. So our broadcast schedule is on WCMPradio.com, so if you're looking for any specific games coming up, you can see where it's going to be and what time it's going to be, and if it's video or audio only or on the radio or just on YouTube. It gives you everything you need to know, so go to WCMP.com to find out whether the game that you want is covered or not out there. And a huge thank you to our lovely, lovely sponsors that we have that we get to talk about all the time on here. They provide us with some great, kind of segues, time fillers, if you will. But most of all, they give us the opportunity to come out and call these games, which all of us broadcasters really enjoy doing. So a huge thank you and a huge shout out to our sponsors. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. And it wouldn't be possible without you guys listening. So if you enjoyed the game, leave a like, Thank you to everyone listening. Thank you to our sponsors. Yeah. With that, the Pine City Dragons beat the Mora Mustangs 59-39 in tonight's section matchup. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Mac Nelson. This is KBEK 95.5. And that is all for tonight, folks. We will see you later. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you